Are we on the internet?
So now that you and Ashley are engaged, is Ashley going to change her last name?
No, actually, we talked about this, and I'm going to take both her first and last name. So I will be Mr. Ashley Johnson now. So what do you guys think? Is that cool?
I like it.
I think
Very progressive.
It's progressive. It gives you a certain level of respect that you would never have acquired otherwise. So I think it's a good step up.
I was told we are not allowed to share a social security number, something I was not aware of. Tonight, the Mighty Nine find a stowaway, unlock a Hellraiser puzzle sphere, and fight their very first dragon. We'll all remember where we were when the Mighty Nine. We'll break it all down with my guest, Sam Riegel. What the fuck? Is that correct?
I was forced to be here.
Yeah, we guilted him.
We got that, yeah. Danny's been shaming him for weeks. And Matthew Mercer,
Hi,
someone
happy to
who
be
actually
here.
loves this program,
Hey, buddy.
loves America and the rest of the world. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Go, Zach, right here. Bing. We're back. Tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen, is sponsored once again. I don't know who these people are or what they're doing, but they're sponsoring our show. Do you know why? Because we have two A-listers on tonight. We have an Emmy Award-winning, we have Matt Mercer is what we have. Tonight's show is sponsored by Loot Crate. You guys remember Loot Crate.
That's a
Loot Crate, I know, right? We haven't said those words in a while. Hey guys, but Loot Crate is a monthly mystery crate, as we all know, for pop culture fans, filled with incredible and exclusive items. Oh, wait a second, and apparel, wait a second, from your favorite TV shows, movies, games, and more. December's Loot Crate theme is, can you guess? You can't.
Marriage?
No, I wish it was, man, because then I could have gotten a ring. I wouldn't have to spend so much goddamn money getting clothes to break into a place. December's Loot Crate theme is scavenge. Ooh. There are 2 exclusive Dungeons & Dragons shirts available this month. Sam, hold this up for the people to see.
Like David
will.
Scavenge?
Yes, dude, like David Miscavenge.
Oh, check it
David
out. On the back
Miscavenge.
it says, Crit 20.
Whoa! That's pretty dope. That one's a long sleeve. That's pretty cool.
It is. Can I keep this?
You can.
Great.
Wait, Max, can he keep it?
No.
Oh, sorry, never mind. Those are available, one in the standard Loot Crate and one in the Loot Wear Crate, which is the other one.
Gotcha.
Sign-up deadline is tomorrow at 9 p.m. PST, so be sure not to miss out. Go to lootcrate.com/Critical Role now to place your order and use the code Critical Role
Nice.
Nice.
for a 10% discount at checkout. Sam, give us an impromptu Loot Crate 10-second song.
A song?
Yeah. How about a song?
Wow.
Oh, come on.
I'm making a point, and it's not moot. Get your crate and fill it with loot.
Yes.
Ba-doop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop-a-doop.
Did not disappoint.
Yay!
Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a tough rhyme right there. Hello, good boy. It's a good boy. Also, oh, yeah. Oh, I can't ask that on the air. Never mind. We announced a bunch of new shows, including Pub Draw with Babs Tarr, which we're all super stoked about, and Mame Drop, where we get to use the awesome Mame cabinet from All Work No Play. That's where we play a bunch of random retro games on our new Mame cabinet. For all the details, check out our blog at critroll.com. Haha, we have a blog. I want a vlog, man. I guess this is my vlog.
vlog.
This is basically a vlog, Brian.
Okay. I accept that as a reality. Hey, gang, Thursday's episode of Critical Role is the last episode of 2018.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Can you believe it? Yeah, that's this Thursday, the 20th. This upcoming Thursday, the 20th, will be the final episode of Year of Our Lord 2018. They still say that? Critical Role will return, though, on Thursday, January 10th. We're going to do it on Thursdays now, where the adventures of the Mighty Nine will continue. be sure to tune in also this Friday night for Liam's special holiday one-shot the night before Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
That's Friday, December 21st.
great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
I saw some stuff, that you guys weren't supposed to, and looks like a wild ride.
Yeah.
Down,
I'm excited.
down into Liam's brain, which is, a wonderful place.
Well, it's a holiday-themed one, so
It is.
it's probably going to have a lot of death and
A lot
sadness.
of snow and death.
Most likely.
Snow, death, and sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing this crew,
Yep.
the holiday murder hobos.
That was the other name the Mighty Nine almost chose.
Almost.
That's going to be this Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Critical Role. The VOD, it's a new thing I do now. You haven't been here. The VOD will be available on our YouTube channel on Sunday, December 23rd. Also, I'm just burning through it, man. We got a lot of good questions.
Sure,
If
go.
I'm talking too fast, watch it later and half speed. As we announced in our most recent State of the Roll, we are also taking a short break from Talks Machina for the holidays. Tonight will be our last show of 2018. But it's fine. Do you know why? We're coming back on January 8th. And guess what? On January 8th, we will be doing a discussion with probably almost the entire cast about Campaign 2 so far.
Wow.
We're going to post the question threads for that on Friday, January 4th. So be thinking of the very best question you want to ask for that episode. Be ready to post it that weekend once the threads go up. So think about a question the cast can and will answer, right?
And a question that I
The
can and
question
will
that Matt can and will answer it. Maybe something that hasn't been answered on a Talks Machina episode that we've already done for the
There you
campaign
go.
so far. We'll pick the very best ones and ask them that night.
Great.
Tuesday, the 8th of January, we're back.
Oh, you.
You can catch it live or the VOD with your GNS, Twitch, or Alpha subscription. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us discuss episode 45. 45.
Holy shit, we've done 45 episodes.
I know, it's insane. Campaign 2, The Stowaway. We begin tonight's discussion the way we begin every discussion, tragically, with crit roll stats.
Oh!
It's not tragic.
No, that part's not tragic. Played so brilliantly by you, Sam.
Yes.
Continues to have the most kills of the group.
Really?
37.
Wow. She has a knack for just finding her shot, right?
That's
at
almost
the-
a kill
like-
an episode.
Wow, you're right. Wow, she's a deadly, deadly lady.
Yes.
Well, you're a rogue. You should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Agreed.
I'll take it.
Imagine when you get more powerful, too. At 45 episodes, we also reached our 45th How Do You Want to Do This of Campaign 2.
Oh, no way.
That's pretty awesome.
Look at that timing.
We're right on track. Contractually, one an episode, right?
Have to meet that minimum
We
quota.
gotta do it, man. It's up to you guys. Pressure's on you. Twiggy's dragon kill was the 5th guest kill of Campaign
That was
2.
ridiculous. Like, as it
I
got
know.
to it, I was like, no,
I was sitting there,
are we
I'm
gonna
like,
do
oh
this
no,
again?
this is not
Are we
gonna
doing
happen.
this again?
I love it.
It was great. It was perfect,
Yeah.
but like, man, like even I feel like it's scripted now.
Did it start? Who was the first, Annie? Was Mary the first guest to get a How Do You Want to
think
Do
she
this?
was.
Oh God, I don't actually know the answer to that.
I don't actually know the
Sorry,
answer.
I'm not as good with my stats.
Crit
That's
roll
why
stats
crit roll
certainly
stats
wasn't-
is
certainly wasn't Will
better
Wheaton.
than me.
Certainly wasn't Will Wheaton. Yeah,
No.
by any means.
I think it might have been Mary.
Okay.
I know she killed the white dragon. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She's
she
gotten
and
two.
Will
She's gotten 2, yeah, because she got
and
a
Felicia
beholder
and
too,
Will
right?
were the first guest stars, so it has to have been Mary.
I think it was,
because neither Will nor Felicia got a kill.
Yeah.
So it has to have been Mary.
There you go.
Will and Felicia was my favorite NBC sitcom. as a child.
Right after 227.
7. Okay, so that was the 5th guest kill of Campaign 2 and the 2nd guest How Do You Want to Do This of Campaign 2. In Campaign 1, guests got 22 kills, 4 of which were How Do You Want to Do This. This also was the longest episode of Campaign 2 and the 4th longest game of the entire series.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I wonder if...
It didn't feel like
do you
it, though.
think
I was on
Molly
the edge of
was
my
the next
seat the
longest?
whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all finished and went, oh no, look at the clock. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
It was exciting.
It was a good episode.
That was a great
Really
episode.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally. Matt, let's begin with you.
Sure.
Blade wants to know.
Blade.
What would you say?
Nebulade.
Me too. Matt, did you expect Twiggy to be as eccentric and goofy as she was? Was there any ways that the lovely Deborah Ann Wall played her that surprised you at all?
Many. I mean, like we had discussed the character when we had met beforehand to kind of figure out where it was coming from, how it would fit in there, and discussing kind of narrative elements there. But it was all backstory and mechanics and fitting her in there. I didn't quite know how much personality she was going to bring to the table. And that's like that with most guests. Like for the most part, I don't really know what they're going to do until they show up, and that's part of the excitement
They don't
for me.
rehearse their lines with you or anything, or like they
Not
don't-
with me, with our producers. They go over. I don't have
I mean,
that
like
time.
they don't say like I could do this voice or like.
The only person that did that, I think, was Kari.
Okay.
Because I think he was finding it in the space,
Yeah.
and we're both just nerdy actors anyway. And so he kind of found Shikasta at the table when we were developing it. But I had no idea what Deborah was going to bring to it. So it was exciting for me, and I was just kind of like, whoa, this is amazing. And like the dynamic and like the unique kind of jealousy aspects that crept up. As soon as she said that she wanted to be an arcane trickster, I was like, ooh, okay, that's going to be. It's going to be just enough interesting overlap to see how it affects, and it had like exactly the results that I was expecting.
Right. Yeah, she was a blast.
She was.
I mean, we've
awesome.
seen her play so much, and you've played with her in Force Grey, obviously.
Yeah, she's badass.
She's awesome.
But like we wanted to have her on as a guest a long time ago. I think she was like one of the first guests we reached out to when we
be.
started streaming.
Could be.
But at the time, for her especially, D&D is a very personal thing, like it was for us before we decided to stream this. And we were like, I don't know if it's something I feel comfortable doing on the internet. She had the exact same scenario and basically said no. I was like, nah, I appreciate that, but yeah, I don't know if I want to do this in front of people.
It was worth the wait because she was like she was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She knows her stuff.
so
her character was
descriptive and-
hilarious.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am outraged about Daredevil, by the way.
Oh,
I
as you
am
should be.
Outraged. I don't want to cause a situation here, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Same.
It's like, Danny, if they canceled Constantine, if they just canceled him.
Oh yeah, if they just canceled Constantine, why would
Yeah.
anyone do that?
I don't know. NBC, a great network, a wonderful. Sam, Dickymon wants, or it's Dickmon? I don't know what it is,
Dickymon?
man. It's Dickymon, it's Dickmon, it's,
Sure.
I don't know. Dykemon, I don't know.
Daikemon.
Thank you.
Daikemon.
Thank you.
Daikemon.
How was it playing alongside another small arcane trickster? Also, did Knott's view on Twiggy change before or after the Sphere adventure?
It was fun to play alongside an arcane trickster because she was very good at it. She used her mage hand effectively. She picked locks. She did all kinds of fun, great stuff that I always forget to do. So it was great. Yeah, it was awesome for me as a player to just kind of watch. For Knott, I think Knott saw in Twiggy, some of the things that make Knott unique, and maybe got a little bit of jealousy in there towards the second half. But seeing the second half of the question was
It was about whether or not your view on her changed before or after the Sphere adventure.
I think that whatever creeping jealousy Knott and Jester were feeling before the fight were quickly reversed.
Yeah.
Because Twiggy was excellent in the fight, and ended up kind of saving the day a little bit too at the end there. So,
Yeah.
no spoilers. Everyone's seen this already, right?
He doesn't know how this
whole
works.
thing's a
He forgot
spoiler.
how Talks
I
Machina
don't
works.
know how this show works.
You've been away from
Does this
Neverland
show
too
play
long.
during Critical Role at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes.
Okay.
That way people just really understand what's
Okay,
happening.
okay.
Yeah. Matt,
Yes.
L4at wants to know, was the Happy Fun Ball something you had been planning on unleashing on the party soon, or was it made for Twiggy once you realized Deborah was going to be on a sailing and carpentry episode?
I've been toying with that narrative device for a while. Like I was planning at some point in the game to bring it in. I wanted it to be just a fun, it's essentially a pocket dungeon and with a bunch of lore attached to it with a lot more to explore. And I wanted to kind of find a way to bring it into the story when it felt proper. And then when me and Deborah were working out our schedule, 'cause I've asked her to come on back in June, but she was filming and everything was crazy. And it was like, all right, we'll try later on in this year. And so when November rolled around, we finally had the time for it. I was like, okay, well, based on how you're available, we're going to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean. And I think I have it. And so that's when I brought that device in. I fleshed it out and then worked with her for the story about the auction house and her kind of thieving it away from someone she didn't want to have it, and then her being a stowaway on the ship. It worked out as a perfect way to kind of get her in for an episode, then get her out with a little kind of, it's essentially a bottle episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out well. I didn't expect for that to be the device, but it turned out, when I looked at everything kind of before me, the most effective way of bringing her in.
And can I ask a follow-up?
I would love it if you did.
Being that this is partly my show as well.
It is, yes. 50%. It's 50% your show.
But although I might be robbing a question from one of the viewers, but in your mind, Matt, is that Happy Fun Ball, was that a device for this one episode and maybe we shouldn't touch it anymore? Or is it there for us to explore forever?
The device was placed in the hands of an arcane trickster who liked to thieve and keep things, with the unfortunate DM assumption that she would take it with her at the end of the episode.
Oh,
But
interesting.
she left it.
But she left it. So now it's in your purview. 100+ rooms of extraplanar danger that you don't really know how it works. So
A sphere of many
we'll see where that
things.
goes. It is a sphere of many things.
ultimately.
So yeah, now I get to expand upon that if should you ever dare, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, good to know.
Dungeons and Dragons, man. Even I don't know what the fuck's going to
I
happen.
know.
Something tells me Travis will want to go back.
Oh, that's going to end poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we know how he is with things like that.
Yep.
Ugh. Sam, Darlette wants to know, does not resent Ford at all for touching the window and setting a time limit on exploring the library.
No.
Jack Lemmon, ladies and gentlemen, there's one for the millennials.
I don't think not resents Ford, certainly not for touching the window. Not touches everything. For setting a time limit on the library, I think Not would have preferred to stay in the library longer, but it was also a dangerous place full of monsters that kept biting us.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's not like we could just luxuriate around the place. Who knows what else that library had? There was that weird ruby book. What would happen if we touched that thing? Who knows? If a giant creature, another dragon could have come out. We don't know.
Cabinet attacked you.
I know.
Like the least like innocuous thing in the room.
I know. It was the second time a mimic has attacked me, has attacked Not, right?
Yeah.
And successfully.
I knew that was the second mimic that y'all fought.
Yeah.
I knew it. Sorry, there was like a bunch of people who were tweeting that it was the first mimic, and I was like, it wasn't the first mimic. Am I going crazy?
Remember.
I think didn't Not touch a mimic in.
In the intro, she does.
No. In the place where we had, there was a rug, and I was using my mage hand.
That was a rug of smothering.
That was a rug of smothering.
Oh, that wasn't a mimic, was it?
I think that may have been the first actual mimic you fought in this campaign.
I was gonna say, yeah,
You fought
wasn't
him in
that
the previous one?
Yeah.
Maybe I was also
You're
thinking
right.
that
I was
the mimic
confusing
was
the rug with the mimic because it enveloped me.
It did, yeah.
Oh, wow. It was
I
the
did the
first
same
mimic.
thing.
But it is the second piece of furniture you've had to
Yes.
fight off.
Yeah, that's true.
That is an actual
and then
real
also,
thing.
when we did Travis's one shot last year, there was another mimic that got me then. I'm just getting my mimics.
You're a
confused.
mimic. You're a mimic magnet, man.
I am a mimic.
Hashtag mimic magnet. That's a mouthful, just like you, Sam.
Yeah.
Matt,
Yes.
Malene Lund Stowgard wants to know, people have a lot of nerve giving us their full names. How much do you enjoy putting little buttons in the game to tempt Travis Willingham, knowing he can't resist touching a hot plate?
It's less specifically for Travis and more just fucking with players. Anyone who's dungeon mastered knows that, you know, it's fun to put those very, very tempting things and have some be rewarding and have some not be.
Right.
That way you keep them guessing, you know. When it comes down to D&D, you can be as careful and methodical as your advancement as you can, but you reach a certain point where you're like, I just want shit to happen.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
Yeah.
And I think the longer you've played, the more comfortable you are with that reality, usually. or you pride yourself on being like, I've never lost a character, I almost never lose hit points, I'm the best dungeon delver ever. I send out all my minions before, touch every single tile on the floor, so I'm never hit by a trap. I'm like, cool. Is that really adventure, though? Is that really fun?
Right.
So I admire the player that occasionally gets bold, and which is why I like to keep a mix of like some shiny red buttons are rewarding, some are not, and even the ones that aren't rewarding, if you were to succeed at the challenge that it presents, there may be an reward past that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that for someone as meticulous and as careful as Liam is, that he has Travis at the same side of the table, and they kind of balance each other out.
And they do.
Works
they
out
really
well.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, both ends of the. Now your flask message this week about we're gonna need a bigger flask.
Yes.
Was that a call to action to the fans to send you an even bigger flask? Because I don't believe.
Oh no.
Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. Are we able to frame out any more to fit a bigger flask?
No,
we
we're
are.
not.
Steve says we are able to fit a larger flask.
Wow.
The problem
I can't
is-
even imagine a larger flask exists
How
in the world.
drunk do you want to be by the end of the episode?
Well, it's all water, as we know.
Oh, as we know, it's all water. I just
we all
meant
sip water on the show.
how water drunk do you
Yeah,
want to be?
water drunk. Man, I can't even imagine a bigger flask. It's already heavy. It holds 127 ounces, that thing.
My goodness.
Which I think, Danny, look it up. Is that over a gallon?
Oh God.
It's
why are you
gotta
making
be.
me do this. 100 and what?
128 ounces?
120.
Hey Siri, how many ounces are in a gallon?
1 gallon is 100.
It's 1 gallon, yeah.
It's
It's
1
exactly
gallon.
1 gallon.
It's a gallon.
I'm just as
Wow.
fast as Siri, Brian.
You are. That's what we found out. We need to charge your battery. You'll be even faster.
True.
Do you guys like this? Taliesin got me this.
It's very nice.
I was saying earlier, it's the size that he wanted it to fit me. Not necessarily, but it's Die Hard, which
yeah.
we know is a Christmas movie.
It is confirmed.
Proved and confirmed by this. Let's give away some free shit, right? And then we'll keep
Yeah, let's
talking
do
about
it.
the fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Gift of the Week.
Gift of the week!
Fun, Brian. Our winner, ooh, a little electric guitar whammy bar there. That's neat. Our winner for Campaign 2, Episode 45, was sent in by @CriticalSchluck. Let's take a look.
Coming soon in 2019.
This is great.
From then until now. Join the search for a man. A man lost between worlds. A man struggling to recover from being idiot for 5 years. The search for Ford. That's amazing.
Great.
Awesome.
That's pretty great.
That's so good.
Oh man, congrats to you, Critical Schluck. You have won this epic, insanely soft, insanely beautiful Critical Role Retro tee, available now at shop.critroll.com. That was a good one. That one made me laugh. That one made me chuckle. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Which one of you do I want to hear more than the other?
This is probably the only time I'll be on the show. in the
Yeah,
next
so
3
get as many
months,
questions.
Sam, Benjamin Baffles wants to know, how does Not feel about Caleb's choice to turn down more spell books to reunite with the rest of the party?
As with most things, Not probably thinks that Caleb was acting smartly in the moment and was making the right choice. But I think Not was really trying to get as many books as possible. I don't know if they were all spell books. We haven't even looked at the ones that we stole already, borrowed. But definitely Not is on Team Caleb in terms of getting as much knowledge in that head of his as possible, and would have loved to have another 10 minutes to pick those locks and get more books, because a smarter Caleb is a more powerful Caleb, and possibly a Caleb that can stay alive a little bit longer in this game. So that's priority 1 for Miss Not.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts on the whole scenario? I mean, for me, I love watching characters put in situations where they have to choose between their long-reaching character goals or intended character goals and the safety of the people they've come to take as their family.
Yeah.
And I think this episode had a few moments like that where Caleb has been so obsessed. I mean, he's spent every town, he's like, where's the books? Tell me where the books are.
Every room.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
You enter a cave. Are there any books? No, you're in a cave.
And I mean, the whole room was meant to be a room to be explored with all sorts of positive and negative things attached to all that exploration. But as soon as Ford pushed that button, it put a timer on it. And I was like, oh, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
And the more time that was spent, the more I'm just sitting there like ticking away on my sheet, like how much longer they're going to be behind the rest of the group. Yeah. It got really intense, and I was fascinated to see that struggle. And I was actually really proud of both of them to only taking the time they did. And I'm genuinely really excited to see what happens this Thursday. Like, there was so much emotional tension, and there was so much fear, and I don't know. The dynamics this week are going to make, I think, for some really interesting role play this week.
Yeah, there were
I'm
some
excited.
close fucking calls, man.
Yeah.
When you turned the fucking iPad around and one hit point, I was
Yeah.
like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was a high
And the whole like,
risk
am I going to
exchange.
go or am I going to attack? And he's holding his dice for 5 minutes.
I know! I love it!
Just like, I don't know. And it was like, I was sitting at home going, don't you fucking roll that stupid dice, dude. You put that shit away. I knew that shit-eating grin meant like.
No, but there was a lot of stuff. Jester had a moment where it looked like she was gonna be abandoned by the rest of the team. Not like in a vicious way, but in a like
situational.
Yeah, somebody left. You know, like sometimes when a big family goes to a mall, little Johnny gets left behind at the mall. You know.
All right, you don't have to tell Max's story live on the air, dude. Jesus Christ.
I'm still out there looking, Max. I promise.
They're gonna find you, buddy. That's why we keep putting you on camera as often as we can. We have one of those artist renderings of this is what he looks like now, you know. Matt, speaking of, we were saying earlier, Akimbo Majestic, if Ford would have touched somewhere else on the window, would it have taken them elsewhere, i.e. the plane of fire, et cetera, et cetera?
I don't want to say too much because they still have the sphere.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mind you, we'll see if they ever find their way back to those chambers. But they're, from a push, no. But there are ways to invoke other aspects of that stained glass window to take you other places. But that's a mystery.
I understand. No further questions, Your Honor.
You've said that before.
Someone said that before about Brian.
Someone has said that before, on my behalf. Sam, now ye tends... I do my best, guys. I did in 2018 my best. What was going through Knott's head when she decided to take the attack from the dragon so the Jester was not attacked? Was she conscious of the fact that she could die? And if so, was she willing to die for her friend?
She was definitely aware that it could be a killing blow, and she was ready. She was ready if that was the case. Yeah, I think what was going through her head is what goes through her head when she's around Caleb a lot, which is just like, gotta protect this guy, gotta protect this Jester, gotta protect my friends. She's very protective and maternal, and it came into play. And if I as a player just if I had gone down doing that, I would have been cool with that too. It would be a good way out.
Yeah, because ultimately that's still sticking to her goals in a way that, you could feel like. I wonder, we didn't really talk about this last campaign because all the characters were so close by the time, we started doing Talks Machina and the stream and everything like that. But do you think it's hard for some people to remember that their characters aren't as close because all of you are so close in real life, and to have to like continuously make that separation and go like, I have to focus on this person's selfishness, or you know what I mean? Is that a struggle, or does it seem like, because I feel like the in and out of game, because if you're seeing somebody, you know, they've worked so hard on this character and they're about to go and you're like, I think I would save myself in that situation.
I think for me and Liam early on in the campaign, for a lot of us early on in the campaign, it was a lot of like, fuck these guys. I don't care about them. But now it's getting to be a closer knit group, and you're seeing some of those walls drop away and stuff. I think Liam's character still has those walls up, so it's exciting to see him like give up the books to go to rescue his friends, even if he won't admit it. Caleb is getting more attached to these people.
Yeah, in spite of himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, Caleb especially, of everybody, Caleb probably has the most walls, and for good reason. And watching even him making these choices and having moments of almost like self-reflection of like, what are you doing, Caleb, as he does them.
Yeah.
The subtleties are fascinating. And to the point of like going from Vox Machina, where they were so tight by the time you got to see them, and then throughout the whole first campaign that was streamed, they were so close. To then go to the Mighty Nine, it was such a like a system shock almost, even for us as friends. And there were moments when there were blow-ups between characters, or at the end of the episode, we had to like check in and be like, "Hey, we're cool, right?" Like, no, that was a great scene. That was amazing. And it feels weird to like sit in that space somewhat, but it makes sense. And we know that in the long run, as these, we tell these stories of people coming together, that it'll naturally get there. Just sometimes it's a little bumpy on the road, and that's what makes it fun for us as performers.
Right, and that's improv too,
and as
right?
players. Yeah,
it's also kind of interesting for me to watch, just like Liam's character. He doesn't think very highly of himself.
Nuh-uh.
I don't follow.
but also it has been the most sort of selfish in his actions.
Yeah.
Whereas does not think very highly of herself, but is the opposite and is just quick to care about other people instead. And it's interesting to see how those
really
paths are sort of diverging a little bit.
Who does not feel the least close to at this point in time?
Like least close to?
Yeah, as far as like, who do you think is still...
In the game as in life, Brian Foster. Yeah, just has no connection at all.
I have not yet been introduced as the big baddie of the game yet. So you spoiled the whole... Now we got to call Jason Charles Miller.
I think probably... I mean, no one's super close with Yasha because she's a woman of few words.
She's aloof, yeah.
She's aloof, but I guess Yasha. She's also still a little bit scared of Yasha.
Yeah.
As she should be.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I'm looking forward to learn more about her too. Everybody is. Yeah, we all are. Matt, Rabology. This session seems like it could have gone in a multitude of directions between how the Mighty Nine interacted with the fun ball and which of the hundreds of pocket dungeon rooms they stumble into. Did you have a lot of these scenarios planned out, or was the dragon the end goal?
I had a few different options depending on what rolls were made, in what order, and what parts of which chamber were futzed with. They never went through like the black tapestry in the first chamber.
Oh.
Wait, what?
In the very first chamber you guys entered, there were
There was a red, green, blue, black.
And the black was the one you guys never futzed with.
We never even pulled it over?
No.
Because y'all cast that Speak with Dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I told you.
right.
And it would have led to a pretty rough encounter, but there was another path behind there. Like there were different ways it could have gone.
How many maps did you build? Because you brought out 3, right?
There were 3 back there, and then I had 2 in the other room.
Good Lord.
I didn't know which way it was
I know.
gonna go.
That's the thing. You just got to build them all, right?
Yeah, all 100, ready to go.
Yeah.
On like a baker's sheet type, pack setup back there. I was curious to see what choices are going to be made and what things were found. And like the red cloak was kind of a, the safest route was to go through the red door, but there were other paths to go. And it worked out that the dragon, and I made the dragon is not really a battle you win, more like a challenge that you try and find a way out before it kills you.
Interesting.
And so the fact that it did go down, I was like, fair play.
Okay.
Fair play.
That was scary. First dragon is terrifying.
Baby's first dragon.
Baby's first dragon. Oh. Sam, you barely survived, dude. I was worried. As much as we joke, I was worried. And you know why? There's no way you've come up with a good backup character yet.
You'd be surprised. He is a handsome actor named Stan Siegel.
Oh my God.
Does he also have a goatee so yellow you can't believe it's not butter?
Totally.
Like Terry.
Yeah.
Yes.
2283 Les wants to know, for both of you, given that the dragon's breath was shown to have the potential to knock out most of the party with a single turn, how worried were you at the chance of a TPK? Now here's my issue with that term TPK. Every time the Mighty Nine starts an encounter, the chat's like, TPK, 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 TPK,
I know,
TPK,
it's
TPK.
ridiculous.
Anyway, but please answer the question.
I hope not. That's a fuck up on my part if that happens.
Not according
It's
to
a
Matt
fuck up on both
Colville.
our parts, really, if it happens. Because we reach a certain point in the battle where you go, we have to go. You know, even if we lost somebody, we'll go. We'll try and find a way to get them back.
Yeah.
You know, and you're almost at a level where you can really kind of do that to a certain extent. But I was worried. I made sure that it was a battlefield where there are multiple avenues, so there was a very little chance of the whole party funneling itself into one path.
Right.
And they had a lot of abilities to get around quickly. You had Caduceus, who is just amazing at getting people back up. Like, I was like, I feel pretty good that they'll understand very quickly into this that perhaps it's not something you're meant to defeat necessarily. You're looking for the exit. I left enough clues to show you that there appears to be some sort of exit. It's just not currently powered. Here's the challenge, go. And but when people started coming in different orders, I was like, oh no, this is going to be rough.
For me, the trigger that opened the portal, the exit, was cold magic, or just any magic?
It was whatever magic first triggered it.
Okay.
Then needed to be completed on both.
Got it.
So if one tried fire the other side, it would have done nothing.
Got it.
But if someone had hit, like fire bolted the first crystal, then it would have been a red line that goes through.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I didn't want to narrow it so hard. Where like if nobody prepared any cold spells, I'm like, well, you're all fucked, you know.
Right.
But it was whoever cast the first type of magic, whatever type of damage it was, that would have been what both needed to trigger. Wow. And it was proximity-based thing. So yeah, I was confident that you guys would probably make it through okay. It was the minute that you guys began to stagger your arrivals that I was like, ooh, this is going to be rough.
Yeah. Note to self, Sam.
Stay with it. Don't split the party.
Don't split the party.
The party, dude.
But books and power and magic.
It's true.
Butt books.
If LeVar Burton has taught us anything,
Butt books is it.
Butt books.
Yeah. I can.
hashtag butt books.
He's gonna get a lot of tweets tonight. He's not gonna know.
God.
He's
What is
not
going
gonna.
on?
Look at her books.
Look at her.
They're so big.
Oh boy. Well, should we give away some more free
Yes,
butt?
let's do it.
Free butt books.
Free butt books for everybody.
It's time for fan art of the week.
I like that now it's just a cacophony of noise.
That's what we all do now. You see the top of every show.
You know what gets yelled at the top of the show. Look, it's like a recorder.
Oh, that's unnecessary.
I never played one of those, don't know how. This week's fan art winner for Campaign 2, Episode 45, was sent in by Noah Warner at Tez Sasquatch.
The Sasquatch.
Let's take a look.
Oh,
I saw this.
I love that
Excellent.
piece.
That is
Excellent.
really awesome. It's like so many colors.
The eyes are real cool.
The eyes
Yeah, I
are
love the
amazing.
eyes.
The expression's great.
I love the
mage
stitching.
hand.
The mage hand.
The mage hand.
It's a good mix. Like, some people draw not cute, some people draw not real ugly. That's a good mix. That's a good mix of in between.
That feels right for you.
I'm so glad you made Nott as a character. I think she's just visually fascinating in comparison to the rest of the group. And like,
Yeah.
That first episode when you're like a little goblin girl and then you do the voice and you're like, yep, we're doing it. Like, I loved it. I loved it. I was like, let's go, man. Yeah. Okay. Congrats to you, Noah, forgot his name for a second there.
Sasquatch.
Congrats, Noah.
You have won this Wenge, isn't that right?
I think so.
Sure.
Isn't that how we have to say it?
I don't know anymore.
Venge.
Venge. Dice vault with tiger maple inlay. These are cool, man.
Yeah, they're pretty rad.
Max, can I have one of these?
No.
Okay.
No.
You can enter this by pulling it, or you can enter our weekly contest by emailing your GIF or your fan art to, what is it, Sam?
Submit.
At talksmachina.com.
Oh, you remembered the email.
How
I only
neat.
remember the first part.
Rules for our contests are available at critroll.com. You know, that's our website.
Oh.
Travis and Laura didn't.
Oh.
Both of them. I was like, and what's our website, guys? I threw to them, and they were like,
They have
I think
baby
it's
brain.
critical. They do have baby
They're
brain.
not sleeping much. It's okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
They have poop on their hands.
They have poop on their hands. Sam.
Yeah.
Why can't I be a mermaid? Wants to know.
Oh, I thought that was the question.
I'll ask you that in After Dark.
There you go.
Are the adventures she's been on and the courageous things she's done in battle beginning to make Not feel like she's earned her comma? Is she beginning to see herself in a slightly different light?
I believe that the character of Not, which I play on a show called Critical Role.
It's my job to. All right.
I was told when you're in an interview, you always repeat the question in the answer, right?
Yeah, you
Well,
did that on my
Brian
Between the Sheets,
Foster.
and we had to edit it out every.
Is that true?
No. You did answer the first 4 or 5 by going, well, Emmy Award-winning Sam Riegel will answer that by saying, and we had to cut a lot of those out. Yeah.
That gets tedious. I forgot my question.
The question was,
Has she earned her comma?
The
Does she
comma.
feel like she's brave
does she
now?
see herself in a slightly different light?
I think when she's one of the things she likes about being part of this group, being part of the Mighty Nine, being with all of these friends, is she has these moments like this battle, like the dragon encounter, where she feels briefly she forgets who she is, and can just be part of a thing that's greater than
family,
herself. She can be the person that she thinks. That she thinks she is inside. She can be brave, she can be useful, she can be heroic, and then right after it's over, I think sometimes the world just comes crashing back down to reality again, and so that's why she turns to the drink a bit, because when she's out of those moments, that's when it's like, oh no, I'm still a goblin.
Yeah. I asked, I can remember a couple weeks ago, I asked somebody who was on here, the campaign in the last little while has been very, how do I say it without saying it? It's been focused on Ford.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I yelled at you.
And then you yelled at me, and then Tumblr yelled at me, but they're not around anymore. One less voice telling me to shut the fuck up. No, I'm kidding. I love you all, my Tumblr baby. Are you prepared for when that spotlight turns onto you and it's time for a lot of your backstory threads to be connected to the overall picture of what's happening, or are you like nervous about that?
I'm super nervous about that. I don't know if and when that will happen.
Right.
But I'm super nervous about it because there's stuff the cast doesn't know about my character. There's stuff that I don't know about her and where she's going, what Matt has planned for her, what Matt has. I gave Matt some backstory elements a year ago, but I don't know what those have turned into since then.
Yeah.
So it's making me nervous for sure, and especially since Not as a character doesn't love the spotlight on her so much. So having everyone sort of crowd around her and ask her things about, where are we going now? What's this all about? Who's that guy? That's going to be tough.
Yeah. A lot of the heavy Scanlan stuff was so late into the last campaign, no spoilers, but yeah. I'm excited. But you love the spotlight so much, though, so you secretly have to be like, come on, Travis, of all people, let's move things along here. You know?
No, that's where Not and I differ a little bit.
Yeah. So many theories, Danny?
So many theories about Not's backstory.
Hit me with one right now.
No, I don't want to. I mean, I have a lot. Do you want me to actually throw one at you?
Please.
No, don't.
No, don't.
No, don't.
The problem is she's too smart.
Yes.
Too smart for the kind of shallow shit.
She's our Siri.
You know.
I don't want there to be any gives because there'll be like the whole thread on Reddit being like, I saw Matt's eye twitch. That means she's correct.
Oh, that's right.
Or they'll be
That's right.
like I saw his foot do a circle 3 seconds after
As
she
soon
said
as
it. That means it's totally wrong.
As soon as she says it, just fake a heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. Why'd we do that?
I don't know.
Not as actually an automaton.
Automaton?
What to tell?
Stick Kiri up. I feel they always tell me that Kiri was uncomfortable the whole episode, and
sitting
Kiri
on
this
Jester.
and Kiri that. Well, Jester's, that's okay. Matt,
Yeah.
Tristanan says, I cried when Jester was sat on by Sam. No, I cried when Jester braced herself for collision, and instead the Traveler helped protect her. What in the moment made you decide to add that particular flavor? Was it something you'd already had planned in case Jester got in a situation like that, or was it 100% improv?
No, that was complete improv. That was just reading the moment. You know, as a dungeon master, a lot of it's just listening and reading the player's emotions and finding what narratively helps facilitate a heroic story.
Yeah.
And you know, watching Jester circumstantially, you know, even when she wasn't alone, you know, there were people around, but just to her it seemed like she was alone, and just seeing that heartbreak was so heart-wrenching. And the dice worked in her favor in that moment, and narratively it was like, this would be a wonderful little dramatic story beat to play into it. So it was not planned, it was purely improvised. And it was one of those things where, especially based on the fact that Traveler hadn't really responded a lot recently, instead choosing, you know, those poignant, perfect moments to appear and support her, it just kind of came out organically. And as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, that was really cool.
Is this Traveler-Jester relationship playing out how you thought back when, you know, you guys first talked about it, or, you know, the beginning of the campaign?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't sure how invested she was going to be in the Traveler. You know, when you create a character who has some sort of a deity, especially, you know, a cleric character, some sort of a figure or a patron that they take their divine magic from, it can be like, oh yeah, I believe in this thing, but it doesn't define me as a person. The way that she's been playing Jester, it's so much more suffused in her life. And so it's made for a lot of really interesting story dynamics I've been able to play with and are hoping to continue to play with.
Such a fascinating relationship.
I love it. I'm excited to
Yeah.
explore more of it.
The Traveler is Tarian, right?
Oh my God.
I
Oh
mean,
my God.
Okay.
I would be so happy.
He's leveled up a bit since the last campaign. He's omnipresent and can teleport everywhere.
Nothing
It's
would
great.
make me happier. Femi London says, Sam would not have endangered herself so egregiously if Caleb had not abandoned her. Does not see it that way?
No, Caleb was trying to save himself, save his bacon. He's a weak, puny man that needs to get out of danger.
Yeah.
I don't think that she views it as Caleb abandoning her as much as Caleb doing the smart thing and getting out of Dodge like everybody else was. If Caleb were there, that would have been harder because if not, we're put in a position where she has to either sacrifice herself to protect Jester or sacrifice herself to protect Caleb. I think Jester would be dead.
Yeah, that time. I think so too. I mean, yeah. But that's what we were talking about earlier, though, is staying true to the character, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, that would suck, but ultimately,
Yeah.
you have made it clear that you protect him at all costs.
Yeah, we made our alliance very early on in the Survivor game, and we're sticking to it.
I'd be really interested to see if next campaign you guys play characters who fucking hate each other.
Fun. Next campaign? We can't think about next campaign now.
Yeah, we still got plenty of this one.
45.
We got at least 3 more episodes of this campaign to get through.
I was told 2. Max, how many do we have left? Oh, well, that's not going to help. Matt,
Yes, sir.
save us from Max hating his job with an answer to a question from Jimmy DeBig. Oh, it's the Big Jimmy is what it is. With the time dilation effect, did Bo pop out of the orb early and then have to wonder about the fate of her party for hours or days?
For the return.
Yeah,
The
when
return.
Bo had emerged, it probably would have been minutes.
Minutes, okay.
So it wasn't that dilated.
Yeah.
But she would have probably for a brief period of time until other people started coming out of it, been like, oh my God, they're all dead. It's been a minute and a half, 2 minutes with a dragon. You know, that's pretty, intense. Plus, considering when everyone's out safe, I think her conversation with Caduceus at the end was a really cool way of I don't know, that was a really interesting way to end the episode. Kind of watching like Caduceus and Bo kind of almost become the parental units for the recovery of that. Everyone else kind of having their little emotional breakdowns, and that's why I said I'm fascinated to see what happens this Thursday. We've had a number of episodes in a row that have been very kind of intense and adventure to escape to kind of insanity. Now we're just at sea.
Yeah,
And
these weeks have been a lot.
I know.
It has been a lot, yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it's great. I'm not complaining. I'm
People
just
get a little
saying,
bit of a break to digest everything. We also people
the
can
Kraken
catch up.
rises.
People can maybe catch up if they're behind a couple episodes. Hopefully you're not watching tonight. Although if you are, we love you still. Sam,
So sincere.
it was sincere, dude. This is just my fucking face. Sam, the best username in the world outside of Arsqueef and Pullout King and REO Teabaggin, but it's Lord Have Mercer.
Oh, yeah.
Sam does not see Pain in Jester the same way she did with Caleb and Caduceus, or does she believe Jester is happy and fine?
Sorry. I was confused by the question because I heard you say, does Nazi Pain... Does not see Pain in Jester. It's very confusing. So does not see Pain in Jester, same way she did in Caleb and Caduceus, or does she believe Jester is happy and fine? I think we all have picked up on some loneliness issues in Jester, especially recently. Jester has also confided in Not recently about like kissing a boy and liking a boy and stuff like that. So I don't think she views Jester's issues as severe as Caleb's. Like she's, I think, not as happy these days that Caleb is talking to other people and feeding himself regularly.
Right.
Yeah, Jester is a functional person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she's definitely picked up on some of the stuff that Jester's going through, and it's been interesting for me to see Jester evolve sort of as like this flitty, frilly, lighthearted character for most of the first half of the campaign, and now we're getting to this sort of like sadness, this core of sadness, and she talks to a guy who's not there, and she pines after this other guy who doesn't really seem to know she exists, and ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Matt, question
Yes.
about Yasha. Sunshine Luma says, how did Yasha handle the fact that her friends suddenly vanished without any explanations like she has done so many times before? What do you think she was doing during that time?
Not happy at all.
Yeah. I'd imagine
We may
not.
get to explore some of that this Thursday.
wow.
So I don't want to go too deep into that. But yeah, consider her friends just vanished. All they found left was this weird mechanical ball that I'm sure Yasha messed with for a short period of time and then went, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But she spent 6 days thinking that her friends were never going to come back. But she's also, she's been through a lot of loss and she's wandered the wastes alone. Like, this isn't something where she breaks out in a corner and is inconsolable. She just kind of hardens to it and continues to move on and then hopes for the best.
She's been through some shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Played so brilliantly by my fiancé. Now that's a French term.
Mr. Ashley Johnson.
Everyone's starting to get the hang of it now. That's going to be it for questions. But
What are you
for
talking about? What? We just got started.
we did. What time is it? No, that's it, bro.
wow.
That's it.
What do we do now?
Now, something we've done for the month of December, every episode is a Christmas spotlight for stuff that people have sent in for everyone.
Oh, really?
Yes. We're showing off some of the amazing, it's because you don't watch the fucking show, you douchebag. Show off some of the amazing Christmas presents that the critters have sent us. So the one we have for tonight is, now this is heavy and it's awesome. It's the Blind Weaver made by Elaine Ryan.
yeah!
At Elaine Ryan Art. Why don't you take that over there, Matt?
What?
So this is a painting.
That's
but
amazing.
then there's a coat
Show it to
of
the people.
This is incredible.
It's got a coating of like polyurethane or something.
Yeah,
on it,
it's
but the
something like that.
polyurethane has colors sort of layered into
Yeah,
it.
it's like three-dimensional in a lot of places, the way it's done.
Oh.
I saw a picture, a scan of this when I met her briefly, but seeing it in person, it's incredible.
Isn't that beautiful?
Holy shit!
Now, something I've told everyone when we show them the gifts on the show is if you don't have room for it or something and you want to leave it for Talks Machina set, AKA my house, I will gladly, no, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Look at
Incredible.
all of
Elaine
the
did such an
different
incredible job
colors
on
and all
this.
this stuff, like, oh man,
That's so cool.
the little dragon down there.
I like it.
That's amazing.
Elaine Ryan is her name, by the way. You should find her on
Yeah.
Twitter. Her artwork is incredible.
What was the it's at Elaine Ryan Art. Yes, that's correct. What were we gonna say, Sam?
I was gonna say, what did I get?
You, sir, get your
Where's my present?
very own copy of, let's see here.
Where's the art that someone made for me?
Yep, I've got it right here.
Danny.
I've got it right here.
Oh.
You absolutely get Not Wild Things on VHS.
See, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You're on there.
Here we go.
I
Zach.
love Not
I'm over
Wild
here.
Things.
There we go. You get Not Wild Things on VHS. Now, we should have spelled it
Is
with.
that the one with Nev Campbell in it?
It sure as fuck is. And Denise Richards
I mean-
and America's Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon. It's dark. It's mysterious. It's
It's not
wild.
Things.
It's wild things.
Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you, critters. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you
Sam?
for making his holiday so great.
I would like to officially invite you back onto Talks Machina, January 8th. Why don't you remove your phone and put it in your calendar right now? We would like the whole cast, if we can. We probably won't get Ashley. I'm probably going to say right now we probably won't have Ashley because I know when she's going back. But we can have you, man. Can you do it?
Remind me on January 8th to call in sick.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
There it is.
There you go.
Done.
Beautiful.
Don't say beautiful. Tell him he has a duty. Do you
Sam,
want
you
to?
have
You don't want
you
him to
have a
be here to
duty.
answer questions about the campaign so far? Oh man, you guys. The other thing I want to spotlight is this amazing painting.
I know.
I don't know if you guys could see this on the wide shots, but this was sent in by @Stronghold Art or it's Stronghold Art actually, and our little man Sully. So we're gonna get this framed and put it up somewhere.
That's
but
sweet.
it was just so beautiful, and thanks to everyone who sent this in. And then what's this? I can't remember who did this. Have you guys seen this?
Looks like
No.
looks like Hugo's art.
It kind of looks like Hugo.
Well,
this
there's a
one's
signature.
Wait, but I can't read it. It's too small. This one is so fun. Oh man.
All the gifts. This is so nice.
Isn't that cool? I know. We're just like, that's the thing that we love about the set is most of the set is stuff that people so graciously fucking sent in. And I want to apologize to the people from Quebec who sent in that jar that is now broken. Guys, what'd you say? We want to thank Loot Crate for sponsoring the show tonight.
Luke, quick!
Is everyone going to enjoy their time off? Oh,
Yeah.
Chris Lockey walks out for the dog freak.
Chris Lockey. Henry was like, "There's an evil. Get him, get him." Okay.
No, buddy.
Okay. Oh. You guys have any great big plans for? Now I plan on going to your Christmas event again this year. Now last year, should we shame them publicly?
Yeah, let's do it. So
Ashley and I showed up to Sam and his lovely wife Quien's house.
yeah, I have a party a couple days before Christmas every year, and I always invite the whole cast.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, Brian and Ashley came, and that's it.
No one else.
Yeah,
No one else.
yeah.
And don't try to tell me that mini Burning Man was happening like you guys pulled last year. We know there's only one Burning Man. You guys were like, no, we're at mini Burning Man. It's in Cleveland. We're like, that's not real.
No, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case.
he wanted to go to your Christmas party like you want to come on January 8th.
No, we'll be there this year though.
You will?
I sent an RSVP.
You did?
I don't have access to it. My wife is running.
I didn't
so.
see the guest list.
That's amazing. Oh, that's
And I don't
great.
even like oysters.
It's an oyster party. We're going to be shucking oysters. It's going to be fun.
It's gonna be great.
Now, just for the folks at home, that is literally what we will be doing. He's not talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. Well, that's all the
I'm
time.
not invited, so.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you guys for a great year. We're almost to 100 episodes of Talks Machina. This is episode 94.
That's crazy.
I know. Maybe we'll do something special for 100. We've been scheming and planning things.
Ooh, I'm curious.
It'd be sometime in February. Wow. But we love you all. Happy holidays. Stick around for Talks Machina After Dog on projectalpha.com. I would like to thank more beautiful than Nev Campbell, Sam Riegel, his final appearance of the year and ever, Matthew Mercer. Just
Go fuck yourself.
Yes.
amen. We've got Steve, we've got Chris, we've got Danny, we've got Max, we've got other Chris, we've got better Chris. We have Zach, we have Chandler, we have everybody. Thank you to everyone here who makes the show happen. We love you all. Episode 46 of Critical Role airs this Thursday. Until then, don't forget to love each other. Don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay turned, my friends. We love our crew. We were just seconds ago, I was praising everyone for such a great year, and I gave out bonuses.
You're a strong leader.
Yeah.
You think so?
You're a strong leader because you're fair, you're kind, but there's also an air of, I'm the boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say I'm abrasive, or would you say that it's a gentle repose?
I would describe it more as a caustic bitterness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acrid.
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 Yes. Okay, now we're hitting a little too close to home because that's a
Vitriolic.
term my mother uses. All right, we have at After Dark, aka After Dog. He's so tired tonight.
I know, poor
He's been whacking people in the face.
He was
Poor
shoulder
Matt,
checking me
Poor
earlier.
Matt got knocked over. He was sitting on the ground and he got knocked over by Henry probably 5 times today.
More than that, I think.
More than that. He's just a big boy. He doesn't
fair.
know how big he is.
I need to be put in my place, so.
We have questions here from the Alpha Chat, and Trapped in a Go-Gurt is the first.
That's amazing.
How do you guys decide where guests sit? Do you do any kind of special guest preparation beforehand?
Not terribly much.
Producer Max James.
Question for Maxwell James.
Me and Max talk about it. Like we had thought about maybe putting Deb on the very end where Ashley usually sits, but also I don't want the guests to feel like they're the outlier
Oh, I
necessarily.
understand,
So we decided to put them a little further in so they're in the mix with everybody and not like, you sit on the edge in the kid's high chair or anything like that. So it depends. Sometimes we just decide on the dynamic. Sometimes it's just what makes sense. But we don't
Yeah.
put too much thought into it necessarily.
Yeah.
I've requested that any attractive guests don't be put next to me.
Oh, to take away from the.
To take away from me.
Right.
Yeah, that's why she was a couple over.
Okay.
And I was
in your contract.
I was next to, doggo Laura Bailey, as always.
She's gonna kill you.
She doesn't watch After Dark.
She's gonna kill you, and I'm gonna help.
But now, because you've said that,
in the
people
splash
are going to
zone.
go back and look at any guest that sat next to you, and they're going to say, Sam thinks this person is unattractive, and that's why they sat them next to you.
Absolutely do. I absolutely do.
Casually Challenged wants to know, I feel you, favorite holiday cookie? Do you guys have a favorite holiday cookie?
Interesting. I'm partial to oatmeal raisin, but I know the chat will probably
because you're a
hate me for that.
93-year-old man.
I'm Wilford Brimley.
He also loves Werther's Originals.
Are there other candies?
There aren't. Nope, you sit on the porch whittling, eating a Werther's Original,
Strawberry candies,
drinking some
too.
Folgers out of a goddamn thermos.
Thermos. I love ginger, snaps, or like just the general kind of cinnamon ginger cookies are nice.
Is a Snickerdoodle a holiday cookie?
Yeah.
Or is that year?
Every
is it
time.
available
Every time.
year
So
round?
like gingerbread, I'm a fan of because it's holiday.
Yeah, gingerbread
esque, yeah.
cookies are great.
I also like pumpkin pie. Is that okay?
It's not a cookie.
That's
I know.
okay.
But I'm with you on pumpkin pie.
Okay, good. Okay.
Pumpkin pie, like I look forward I look forward to this season specifically for the pumpkin pie, which I've actually had none this season. I've been too busy and it makes me
dang.
sad.
We'll get
So
you some.
I'll make up for it this holiday.
Have Jerry go get some. Hey, this is for Sam. Architox wants to know, Sam, why can't I be a mermaid? See, that's what, in comedy, we call that a callback.
I can't
Call that a
be
callback
mermaid.
to
I think you can if you marry one. Like if you're going with the mythology from Splash, if you're in love with one and one holds your hand when you go underwater, you become one eventually. Is that what happens?
You chose the life.
According to the deep running, elaborate,
Deep lore of Splash.
Yeah.
long celebrated mythological lore of Splash.
Well, I'm
yes.
looking forward to the sequel with Jason Momoa that's coming out. Hey, here's an interesting one. This is from our pal T-Boys. Some friends of mine are interested in playing their first ever D&D game. I want to surprise them with some D&D stuff for Christmas, but I'm not sure what they need. Books, dice, etc. What do you recommend are the essential D&D gifts?
For people that are going to play the game?
I think so. Like, say they're going to play the game for the first time, and you want to, like, if you're trying to get someone into D&D, you're using this holiday season as a way to do it. I would think a set of dice and a player's handbook.
A
And
set of dice and
maybe-
player's handbook is the bare minimum.
Right.
If you really want to get them excited, I find that a really cool thing is to maybe
Wormwood.com
well, there's
slash.
that. I was going to say Hero Forge.
Yeah.
If you can go ahead and pre-purchase, custom minis on there, and then tell them not only get to make a character, but I get to sit with you and help you customize what they look like.
That's
There's
true,
people that aren't
yeah.
used to it. Maybe like visualizing and building the character is a fun way, just like doing any character customization in a video game. You know,
Yeah,
we lose
exactly.
ourselves in Soul Calibur and other RPGs making your character. You get to do that for your D&D game there, and that's pretty fun. So
I have probably 6 or 7 Hero Forge minis, and they're amazing. Yeah, you just go on there, you can, yeah.
It's a pretty cool way to get people into the visual aspect of it and get invested in their character from a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
But that's all you really need. Anything beyond that is fluff.
You can get all that over time.
Yeah.
You can get extra stuff over
If
time.
you wanted to just spice things up a little bit more, you might want to make a playlist, right? Like a music playlist for your first
that's fun.
game.
Yeah.
You don't have to be doing what Matt does and changing the cues or anything, but to set the tone, right? That could be something that was
Right.
good. And I bought, when I ran my first game with my kids, I bought just those like pieces of the paper maps, like the grid.
Oh, right.
on the-
Yeah.
on pieces of paper, so you could at least have a little mappy thing.
Yeah. You could draw your own little things on there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to get people, every time someone, now, Sam, you wouldn't know anything about this, but I'm quite rich, which is why Ashley Johnson said yes. I like to get people an iPad, so for D&D Beyond.
You just buy them an iPad?
I buy them an iPad and a set of dice for D&D Beyond, and I say,
rich for my blood.
Wow.
I know, Matt. I'll get you one. I'll get you
Oh,
one.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
I actually had a really sweet critter send my last iPad was going
That's
out. They
right.
sent one as a gift to replace it.
Took a dump. That's right.
They sent you an iPad?
Yeah. I was like,
Little-
what? But they sent an email and we talked back and forth and they were really sweet.
Whoa.
They're like, we love watching you on the camera at night, Matt. It's thank you for accepting the iPad. We love watching your game prep
God.
phase. CD88 says, Sam, what did not think of the MAIM cabinet, spelled M-A-I-M?
Oh, that's funny. That's
kind of
a funny pun.
MAIM cabinet. That's cute.
She did not like the MAME cabinet. She could not play that game very well.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. Bridget Widget, Matt, what is the ship's crew's general opinion of the Mighty Nine? What stories are they going to share when they're on land? And will how the Mighty Nine have been treating the crew come back to bite them? That's 3 questions. Okay, all right.
Get it, boy.
Get it, buddy.
Get that bone.
You get it.
Yeah.
You bring it back to the bed.
Good
there
job.
we go.
Good
you got
job.
It. You got it.
This is the content you paid for, folks.
There you go. Henry eating his toy. The
They
ship's
haven't been mistreated by the Mighty Nine necessarily, but they've been neglected and dragged through a bunch of ridiculous shit. So I think they're gonna have a lot of stories. I think they're gonna get back to, like, if you guys end up getting back to Nicodranas anytime soon, back to their respective friends and crewmates from other crews and people they normally run into and drink with the dive bars, going, holy shit, you're not gonna believe this past month.
Yeah.
These people are insane. Yeah, they've you've left a lasting scar on a number of people's souls.
Yep. Thank God OSHA doesn't exist.
Oh boy, yeah. You should you should have put that in the campaign guide. There's like some theme of OSHA, like I'm not sure this is up to code.
That'd be amazing. When I get around to that, I'll make a whole OSHA section.
Yeah. All of a sudden the campaign's interrupted and a bunch of people with clipfords come in.
We're sorry.
Actually, you need to wear a hard hat if you go into any difficult terrain like this. Dark Forest Faye wants to know, Sam, are you borrowing that tie from Talison's trunk? I asked you before the show. That tie's awesome. Who bought it for you? Because there's no way you could have picked it out.
This is weirdly a lucky tie for me. As you may have gathered, I'm not superstitious.
Okay.
But I do the same things over and over again for fear that bad luck will occur.
That is definitely
That's
not
not
someone who is
superstition.
super superstitious.
Okay.
But I just do the same things over and over again to prevent bad luck from happening.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
But
Little crowbar separation.
Yes, this tie I wear when I'm voice directing, and I wear this the first day of a new show, and I was voice directing a new show today. This was the first day, so I wore that tie.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What was the new show?
I can't say.
Oh, that sucks. What was the last one you did?
The last one that I wore this tie for
Yeah.
was either, I don't know, Elena of Avalor maybe, or
Great
Fancy
show.
Nancy, or
Great show.
something.
Something great.
Oh, DuckTales, probably DuckTales.
DuckTales.
There you go.
I really enjoyed the new DuckTales, man.
That's great.
Thank you.
I really did. I thought I loved that show as a kid. I even loved the spin-offs. You know, I love Darkwing Duck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Didn't we bust into the Darkwing Duck song one night at your house? Sounds like us.
Darkwing Duck!
Yeah.
There's trouble you call DW.
Darkwing Duck!
Yeah.
Let's get dangerous.
We're gonna do the whole thing, right?
Let's do it. They won't sue us. Okay, Trial Elf Night. Any fun plans for the holidays? I'm going to celebrate my engagement every night with a different, $2,000 or $3,000 bottle of champagne.
Sure.
Jeez.
We've already run out.
That's rough, buddy.
Sam got us one last year at the Christmas party. That's what you guys didn't know, is that they gave out
Everyone
a
who comes to
$2,000 bottle of
Everyone
champagne.
who comes to my oyster party gets an iPad and a $2,000 bottle of champagne.
Shit.
You can collect your iPad on the way out. Here's your ticket. It's amazing, dude. You got to go over there. It's
Apparently.
crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
Man.
There's people hanging from stuff.
Sure.
It's awesome. There's like the meat hoagie. Have you seen The Cell?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Max, have you seen The Cell?
Jesus, poor Max.
Flavored wets? Flavored wets, Danny? Is
What?
that what it says? Flavored wets?
Making
That's
me look at it?
amazing. Put that in the top 5. What's y'all's favorite holiday movie? Okay.
Oh man.
Wow. Wow.
I feel like I need to answer this per aspect of my personality. Now, the hopeless romantic in me, not hopeless anymore because she said yes, at last. Stop telling me that, man. I'm telling the story, goddammit. He's telling me to wrap up. This isn't the Oscars. This isn't the Emmys.
I will play you off.
Okay. The sentimental side of me loves Love Actually, man. It's a really great movie about a lot of different people, and then a guy who's fucking creepy, which is Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. His character is fucking creepy, man.
He's the worst.
If you show up at my house with a boombox and a bunch of cue cards, you're Max Jenga. What about you guys? I also like Die Hard. I also like, Miracle on 34th Street.
I still can't help but be charmed by Christmas Story. I've watched it
know, man.
hundreds of times
You
growing up, but
brother.
like it's still, I don't know, there's something very warm and comforting and familiar about that film to me that reminds me of many holidays past.
For sure.
Definitely.
I'll say Prancer. But
What? Prancer?
there was a movie called Prancer.
Scrooged. This is another great holiday movie.
But I'm just realizing right now, Brian, this is your first talks as an engaged man.
That's so true, dude.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you don't want to answer it.
I'll try.
How'd you do it? How was the engagement? How was the proposal?
It was awesome. I won't give away too many details because that's between me and my attorney.
Were you?
I might have been in a
happy with
part
the
of
night and
town
how
that
it went?
I was honestly like, it's the best. I thought we've been together for so long. We've been together for over 6 years. Like it's a long time. We met in the middle of the first Last of Us game, and you know there was a lot of crazy stuff there going on, and like I was a completely different person. You guys kind of knew me before then. I was a bit of a piece of shit, still am in some way. No, but it was just the best, man. Like I always imagined for years what that moment would be like, and this topped all of my expectations. She had no idea that it was happening at that moment, so the surprise was there. It was just like, what more can you really hope for in this life than to feel that feeling with another person? It's sort of, to me, the pinnacle of our human experience is to be able to say, like, I've been through hell and yet found someone that I can definitely say I want to spend all the days of my life on this earth with. And the fact that, oh boy, the fact that like that happened is fucking cool, you know? So I can't. It's like heroin with none of the bad side effects. That's how I described it to Liam, and he goes, "Oh, I understand that reference," but not to a personal level. He does not understand it, but he knew the sentiment. But yeah, I mean, you guys have both been through it. It was extremely stressful.
Yeah, leading up to
only the logistics though, and you don't want to. Now, Matt, you did a super amazing, elaborate type thing.
Oh man,
I can't imagine the stress you went through. I thought about that a few days ago. I was like, if I'm this stressed, Matt must have been fucking shitting his pants.
it was an endeavor, but it always is.
Yeah.
But man, congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you. So excited. So stoked. Don't expect invitations for a little while, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Max, you can come, man.
He sounds super stoked.
That is all the time we have for.
Where's my invitation, Brian?
You know, we'll probably have you doing. She'll probably officiate the goddamn thing.
I would be so good at that.
We'll get your license to Mary and Barry, and then get it online. Didn't she get some Did we get Talison's online or?
Yeah, Taliesin went to the Universal Church
Universal
of
Life
Life
Church
or whatever.
Yeah. I think Will Friedle did a couple weddings too, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
Went online and did that, and you know it's like $40, and you can.
Yeah.
Could that be a good side gig for me, Max? Is doing weddings? We love you all. We'll see you on January 8th when we come back for special campaign 2 so far. And then don't forget this Thursday, the last episode of 2018 Critical Role.
Yeah. We'll see you guys then.
And then Friday night, Liam's One Shot, 7 p.m. twitch.tv/Critical Role. Did I remember everything, Danny?
Sure.
Did we get it all, Max?
We're good.
All right. We love you. Good night. Happy holidays, everyone.
Mwah.